What's going on, YouTube? We out here working on another project today. We're gonna try to do some prescribed burning. What prescribed burning does is you see how this woods looks out here, how everything just looks dead and it's nothing but pine straw and leaves and all of that out here. What prescribed burning is gonna do is it's gonna kill off some of this new growth that we don't need, like some of these little bushes right here that are like growing everywhere all through this whole spot right here. And it's gonna kill some of those plants, and it's gonna burn off all of this leaf and pine straw litter that's all over the ground. And once we do that, it's gonna have the soil and the bare ground exposed. And once sunlight can get down to the bare ground and the soil that's exposed, it's going to cause all kinds of new growth, like not some of the stuff that's out here, but new growth that we actually want. It's going to like a ton of natural forbs and stuff like that that's already in the seed bank. It can't be released due to all of this stuff that's growing on top of the ground right now. So once we burn all of that off and the sun can reach the soil, we're going to get a whole lot of new growth that's going to benefit turkeys, deer, everything else that's out here. And back in the day, I thought that just because we had a lot of acres out here, that this land would be great and it's like really good to hunt on. But now that I'm learning more about this forestry stuff, when I come out here and look at this is terrible. Like, it's really terrible. Like, there's nothing out here for them to eat right now. Like, we just look around, everything is dead. Just nothing is growing. Like down low where the turkeys and deer can get to it. So we're gonna try this thing out. I had to call in a burn permit to be able to do this here in South Carolina. Like, before you burn, you probably need to read some rules and regs to make sure it's okay for you to do it wherever you are. But I went ahead and came out here and put in some fire breaks. And what fire breaks are, you see how it's bare dirt coming through here? This is what we call a fire break. Now, this is gonna stop the fire from like getting out of hand, because once the fire gets to these fire breaks, it can't burn across the bare dirt. So I came down here and like plowed around everywhere that we plan to burn. This is gonna be our first time trying to do this. So I think down here, we are gonna start on this little section right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I completely took the tractor and I plowed around this whole small piece of woods right here. And we're gonna try this small piece and see how it goes. And if everything goes smooth, we're gonna try this little bigger piece right here, which I also put a fire break around that whole piece. So what we're gonna use to light this is a drip torch. And it's basically a torch that has gasoline and diesel mixed on the inside of it. And you just come through here, light it. You're gonna drip out the diesel and gas mixture, and it's gonna light all of this debris on fire. So, amateur at this, first time we're gonna ever try a burn. Hopefully it's all gonna go smooth and according to plan. If it doesn't, and this thing gets out of hand, y'all never see this video. So if it gets out of hand, y'all won't even see this video. But we're gonna come down here and get started shortly. Like I just said, this is a small piece we're gonna start on. Then if it goes smooth, we're gonna jump over to this piece right here and see how that goes. But I'm guessing these pieces are gonna go pretty smooth because they're pretty open. And it's not a lot to burn in these particular spots. The spot that has me a little nervous is the one over here. Just because it's more fuel for the fire, should I say. It's more stuff to get really burning in here. But I mean, I have fire breaks around all of this stuff, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I hope not anyway. But like I was saying, the prescribed burning, it really helps out the turkeys and the deer, but the turkeys particularly love a fresh burn, because I guess once all this stuff is burned and it's all this new growth, the turkeys love that, because it'll be like a ton of bugs and stuff like that for the turkeys to eat. That's good for them raising poults and all that kind of stuff too. They have a lot of fresh new growth for them to be able to eat and hide in from predators. So, you know, me trying to get turkeys back on this property, that's one of my main objectives. That's how I got into trapping and all that kind of stuff. So we've implemented the trapping, and that's been working pretty well. And I think the next step is to try some prescribed burning. So we're about to get it going. All right, y'all. So we've been burning for probably like an hour now, trying to make sure everything's gonna go according to plan. And the fire is burning really slow, which is a good thing, because you don't want it to get out of hand. And right here, this is the drip torch, which is full of gas and diesel. And basically you just go to the fire, light this wick right here, and then as you are walking, you turn this torch sideways and let some of that mix of the diesel and the gas drip out, and it'll light everything on fire. So it's going smooth right now. So I just walk over here, show y'all what we got going on. We burn this little piece right here, and we're working on this piece right now. But it's going pretty smooth so far. And the plan is to try to work on the piece over here as well. Alright, so we're down here, still got the burn going. I'm about to show you how this thing works real quick. So literally, as you're going, you just turn this drip torch sideways, and it drops that gas and diesel fuel out. Can you see that? It leaves a line of fire following you. So wherever you go, you drop it out, and it starts a burn. You see right here, most of that, it's taking off really slow. But I just wanted to show y'all this so y'all can get an idea of how this thing works. So like literally dropping flames out as we go. So you see where I just came from. We left a line of fire. But due to the fact that it rained a couple of days ago, this stuff ain't really taking off. I mean, a couple spots did pretty well, but some of it is going extremely slow, which I guess it's not a bad thing. So if it was going too fast, it'd get out of hand. And he said I think they was gonna be doing some work or something. All right, y'all. So we just start working on this piece, and this piece is burning really good. I think it's all the pine straw that's in here. It's got this piece of rolling. Can't wait to see how this starts to look after it rains a little bit. It's probably gonna be super green through here. A lot of new growth. Just glad it ain't going too fast. Alright, y'all. Check that out. This piece burned way better than I thought it was going to. The fire kind of took off and it ran through here. We had it under control, but once it hit that pine straw, it started moving. But this looks really good. I give it by another week. Once it rains a few good times, it should look really, really nice out here. And I'll definitely keep y'all updated on how it goes. That fire, it took off and ran through here. But I think the next project would be to come back in here and cut some of the trees down so it's even more open. But we did burn off all the pine straw and leaves that were on the ground, which is a good thing. We're working on getting this land together out here. First time doing a prescribed burn, and it was a success. But y'all see all this stuff, these small trees that are still out here. I'm not sure what they are. I'm gonna have to come back out here and try to cut some of them down and let them sit on the ground. And once they dry out, they'll probably burn better. Or either I have to come out here with like a mulcher or something like that, and grind all those trees up. But once it rains, I'll come back and let y'all see what it's looking like. Because not at all the stuff that was on the ground is burned out of here. We just had some new growth coming in. Hopefully we end up with some turkeys out here. What's going on, y'all? This is a week after we did that first burn, and we just came down to this piece of property. This is where the turkeys usually are, and we just burned like a small piece right here. It may be just a tad over an acre would be my guess. But after doing that burn last week, it gave me more confidence that we could do it. So we came down here and started burning this piece. I mean, it went like extremely well, and it went quickly. I came down here earlier today and put this fire break in. I came down with the tractor and the harrow, and I plowed like all the way around this whole piece, and just putting a really good fire break, because the fire obviously is not going to jump across that. and we came down here and lit this. And I should have recorded when we were burning it, but as y'all can see, it's getting a tad dark, so we were kind of on a time constraint. We went ahead and lit the fire, but it ran through here pretty quickly because there was like a ton of pine straw and leaves, and once we lit it, it really took off. I'm gonna just walk around here so y'all can see a little bit more of what it looks like. And it's a few stumps out there, which are probably gonna burn for a while, but it should be good. The fire isn't gonna jump from there to across this fire break right there. And I'm gonna come back and light this piece real quick, but we looking pretty good. And y'all see I got a little food plot in right here. Lately, every time I come down here, the turkeys are like right in this spot on the food plot. And once this starts to come together, it should be like another couple weeks or so. There should be a whole lot of new growth in here for the turkeys. It'll be a whole lot of stuff growing for the turkeys and deer to eat on out here. We were contemplating burning a bigger piece, like going back towards that way, but we decided to do just a small piece first and see how it goes. I mean, it's still a good number of trees out here that I'm probably gonna have to cut to try to make it so that we can get more sunlight to the ground. But we will see how it goes. Because my guess is that in a couple weeks, it's gonna be a lot of new growth out here. And I'm excited to see it. But it's amazing how quickly this fire ran through here, and it looks completely different. Like you can actually see through here now. It's amazing. And my guess is in a few weeks, it should be some green out there. And if it's not, then I'm gonna have to come back, cut a couple trees, try to open it up just a little bit. But it is looking amazing right now. So in a couple weeks, I'll come back down here and show you guys what it's looking like. And show y'all if we got anything growing out here or not. Check back in with y'all in a little bit.